That looks lovely. So tonight I'm dining at Per Se. 10 out of 10. That was a damn good cherry. I'm Sharonda Robinson. Welcome to Table for One, where every meal you are the occasion. Welcome to Table for One. I'm your host, Sharonda Robinson, professional eater, farm girl turned global foodie, and your guide to turning a solo meal into an act of self-discovery. This isn't just about what's on the plate, it's about what the experience feeds in your soul. Okay, so technically this isn't a table for one. While I was in New York City, I was invited to a private dinner at Tatiana. And Tatiana is one of the hottest restaurants in the country. Since opening just a few years ago, it has consistently been named the #1 restaurant in New York City. So yes, I had to come back and give you all the full experience. Tatiana is the flagship restaurant of Chef Kwame Onwuachi, a James Beard award-winning chef whose food tells the story of the African diaspora, Caribbean, African, Creole, Southern, all meeting in one place. The restaurant is named after his sister, Tatiana, and that sense of family, memory, and pride is infused into every dish. There were 16 of us in their beautiful private dining room with a stunning portrait of Tatiana herself on the wall. So while I wasn't alone at the table, this was still very much a sit back, observe, and take it all in kind of moment. Everything was pre-selected for us, which honestly was perfect. I didn't have to decide anything. I just enjoyed the company and got to experience a little bit of everything on the menu. Now let's talk about the bread. They told us that Tatiana has a dedicated bread maker. And listen, the bread is fire, every single piece. The flatbread, the Texas toast, the curry patties. You could have ended the night right there and I would have been fine. We were served several appetizers, including a hamachi, which was my first bite. It was beautiful, it was delicate, but the real star of the appetizers, the curried goat patties. I could have eaten all of those easily. They came with a mango chutney and a Scotch bonnet sauce on the side. I didn't touch the Scotch bonnet sauce. I didn't need my whole mouth on fire, but the patties themselves, perfectly spiced, rich, comforting. I'd give those a 10 out of 10 and the hamachi a 7 out of 10. We also had the green goddess salad, which was fresh and bright and reminded me more of a light Caesar salad with Parmesan than anything else. Really well done, 9 out of 10. There was a black bean hummus with sweet pickled sultanas, basically raisins. That one was a little too sweet for my personal taste, but everyone else at the table loved it, so I gave it a 7 out of 10. The second course brought the proteins. Here are the almost empty plates. I was hungry, y'all. The brown stew chicken was my favorite meat dish of the night. It tasted similar to jerk chicken, which makes sense given the history of the recipe. It had a rich, flavorful sauce that was comforting and just enough heat to let you know it was there without being too spicy. We also had a short rib pastrami suya. And I'll be honest with you, I really didn't understand that dish, and it wasn't my favorite. The sauce leaned towards a barbecue, and the meat was just a little too overdone for me. So I gave the brown stew chicken a 9 out of 10, and the short rib pastrami a 7 out of 10. Then came the large prawns, beautifully cooked with a spiced curry sauce that had a little bit of a kick to it. Those were really well done. I gave those an 8 out of 10. For sides, we had rice and peas, which were buttery and delicious. And then there was the crispy okra coated with honey and pepper spice. Now, the rice and peas all day long, 10 out of 10. And the crispy okra, that wasn't one for me. It was a little too sweet and not enough heat. But again, the others at the table really enjoyed it. I would give that a 5 out of 10. And then the dessert. Now, this is where I felt like Tatiana really showed out for us that night. There were a few desserts, a pudding-style dessert, something that was like tiramisu adjacent. But let me tell you right now, run, do not walk for the rum cake. That rum cake was everything. Moist crumb, perfectly balanced, not too sweet, just flawless. Whoever the pastry chef is, they're right up there with the bread chef. They absolutely put their foot in that rum cake. So, yep, that's my experience at Tatiana. It is absolutely worth the time and the money. I don't know how much it cost because it was a private dinner. You will need to plan ahead because reservations are hard to come by. Or do what I did, get invited to a private dinner. Thanks for joining me at Table for One. Remember, you are the occasion.